Luke Humphries.
Quick turnaround.
Yeah, Luke Humphries, congratulations. Clean sweep in your group. And again, a great performance there from you off the back of the 9-darter last time. I just can't pay for them for us.
Yeah, I knew I had to start off really well. The first 2 legs were amazing. I think it was like 10, 12. And, I knew I had to win one. Dart players are liars. They all know what they need to do. You know the draw you got. You know what you need to do. I knew I needed 1 leg to get through. I think it goes back and count back. So I needed 1 leg, and then obviously when I won the second, 1 more leg, and yeah. But it don't. Obviously, you see the game there. It didn't affect me. I'm not like thinking, please win this leg, please win this leg. I felt comfortable that I could conjure up 3 legs to win the to win the group. So yeah, it was unfortunate in the end because obviously Nathan wasn't playing for much, but respect him because he didn't give in. He didn't throw his darts away. He really made me work, and yeah, it was a good game to be honest. But unfortunately, it wasn't the result that he wanted, but it was the result that I wanted.
What's it like in the game? Because like you said there, you needed 1 leg, and Nathan would have known that he needed to win 5-3 and so on. So 5-2. So what's it like when you get to 3 and he knows he's out as well? I know he didn't give up, but does it almost change into almost like an exhibition and putting on a show for the crowd at that point?
Not for me, no. When I went 3-1 up, obviously I wanted to hit another 9 or something like that, but yeah, it's not an exhibition for me. I still want to win the game, and maybe it might have been that for him because obviously he can't get through. I know how it feels. I've been on the end of it before. I played Jose de Sousa, I think like 4 years ago, and I won 2 games, didn't get through. I think I needed to win 5-2 and I won 5-3. So I was 4-3 up, and I was playing that last leg, but I was still putting a good leg because I thought, yeah, just it might give you a bit of confidence. So, but that's the classy player that Nathan is. He wouldn't ever just give me the game. It's unfortunate because I love Nathan to bits and I love Michael to bits, so it's kind of hard. There's no one I want to see win better, but I'm here for myself, and the most important thing is I get through, I win the group, and it's all gone in my favour. But it's been a tough group. There's been some great players in this one, and I'm happy to win all 3.
Now, does the tournament start afresh? Longer format, knockout stage? Is this the business end now where your mind's got to be 100% focused?
Yeah, but it's more to do with the fact that there's no you can win 5, 6, 7, 8 legs here and you're through. It's just you win 10 legs and you're in the next round. And as much as it's one of my favourite tournaments, it messes with your mind because you're like, win 1, 2, 3, and it's negative, isn't it? That's why I come to this game today thinking win the game, because if you're thinking about winning 1, 2, 3 legs, it's just going to play on your mind. So it's business end now, and obviously what suits me, longer format. If I can get through the next game, then it obviously plays more into my hand because 1st to 16 is it's what I love. I love playing them long format games.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you.
Luke, congrats on tonight. I saw you have a little embrace there with Michael. How pleased are you to see him back playing well?
Yeah, it's like a catch-22 for myself. Obviously gutted for Nathan. He's not going to be with us because I love him to bits. Not with Ryan, probably my best mates on tour, but obviously really, really proud and happy for Michael because obviously he's shared a great bond with me over the years. But of course, being World Cup champions, you kind of, if you didn't watch that interview and it didn't play on your heartstrings, then you'd be a liar. So yeah, it's great for him, and it's good to see him in the business end of big tournaments again. And he had to win that big game against Nathan, which he did, and then he was kind of unlucky yesterday against me because I was a bit fortunate, but obviously the great leg in the end. And then tonight, he showed his class and finished that game off with a 9-6. So yeah, really, really proud of him and happy for him, and nice to see him back in the business end.
On the face of it, when the group was drawn out, there were 3 really tough games in there. You must be really happy with how you've come through those tests.
Yeah, a great start for myself against Alex, and not so great against Michael, but really, really pleased with the way I played tonight. I felt so much more in control. The first up was so much better in the first 4 or 5 legs, and kind of when I got over the line, knew I'd qualify through the group, won the group. Maybe I relaxed too much. I don't like it, so these scenarios of 1st to 10s and just winner takes all is you're not going to see me take the foot off the gas. I'm going to be on it the whole time. So yeah, maybe sometimes that can happen. You're guilty of it as a dart player, but I'm looking forward to the next round now. I've got to go home tonight and spend a bit of time with my family and come back Wednesday refreshed, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Cheers, Victor.
Thank you.
Luke, well done on getting through to the last 16 with 3 wins out of 3. You mentioned there about next round is just 1st to 10 and that's it straight up. Is it difficult to remain super focused when you enter this tournament? Because unlike every other tournament, you know that if you lose, you are coming back and you can still get through?
I think that you're coming into every tournament super focused. You're not coming here to lose a game and get 4 points and get 3. You want to win every game. When I won it 2 years ago, I won every game in my group stage and then won the tournament. You don't want to win a tournament by losing a game, really. It doesn't feel the same. So, I'm unbeaten in the group, and if I go on and win the title, then I've won the title by not being beaten. So it kind of feels a little bit more special when you do something like that.
I mean, you've got an elite mindset because you've won so many tournaments, but do you feel like everybody in that tournament has the same mindset, or maybe some fall foul to the fact that they know in their mind that they've got that room for error and then things can unravel?
Yes, maybe. I don't know. You'd have to ask them, to be honest. I'm not in the minds of every dart player, but the elite players will always tell you that you ain't going into a game like that hoping that you'll win one leg, because you'll fall foul to probably lose 5-0. That's why I've gone to that game, starting off so great, 10-12, because I've got that elite mindset that I know that I want to win the game. I'm not trying to just win one leg. So I think if you ask the top dart players, they will tell you that you go into a game like that and you have to have that elite mindset as well.
When we spoke to Gary Price earlier, he said that in finals he doesn't really get nervous, yet he can get really edgy during the opening rounds. Is that the same for you as well?
It can be. If you're playing short formats, it's kind of anybody's game. It doesn't matter who the person is, who you're playing. Anybody can beat anybody in a best of 9. But when you're playing best of 19, best of 31, usually the better player does win. And if you lose a best of 31, then you ain't been the best player. You can't look back from a lot on a best of 31 and go, I was so unlucky there, because you've played like 31 legs of darts possibly. You've obviously lost because you weren't the better player. So I think that's the difference between the top players. They feel much more comfortable, more relaxed, and you have room for error. And I think sometimes I need that, because I do have times in my game where I just fall off a little bit for 5 minutes, but then I come back on really strong. So that's why people like me and Gezi, you can get us early, but if you don't, then we get stronger and better. And like you see in many major tournaments, I seem to, if I don't get beat in the early rounds, I usually make it pretty far, but I don't want to jinx myself.
Cheers, Luke. Thank you. Well done tonight.
Congratulations, Luke. It was a game where you had to go through it in stages, really. So how pleasing was it to go off like a rocket like you did? You're averaging over 130 for the first 3 or 4 legs.
Yeah, testament to my mental capabilities. I felt, I don't want to give Nathan any confidence. I want to take the game away from him straight away. I don't want to give him anything to feel like, I've got a chance here. Obviously 10 and 12 obviously is more than perfect. When I see you can only do a couple of 9s to be better at. So it was more to do with the fact I just wanted to get in front early and not create any unnecessary drama. But obviously I had that mindset of, I want to win the game. Once I got the 3 legs, I still had the mindset to win the game. And Nathan played well there, to be honest. He didn't throw in the towel and give me a good game.
And how do you rate your campaign overall so far?
Probably 7 out of 10 maybe. For the group stages, I think I've been good in patches and not so great in patches. Doubles have been good in patches, not so great in patches. So obviously a 9 dar, if I didn't I probably would give you a 6. So but I know that these longer formats is where I come alive and where I feel much more relaxed and where I play much better. So obviously when I come back Wednesday, I'm going to be looking forward to that, because a little bit of room for error can help players. And
it's Jurjen van der Velde for you in the last 16. Thoughts on that, and would you have been expected to be playing Chris Dobie or Damon Heta instead?
I would never have expected anybody, to be honest. It's a group of 4 players that you kind of didn't know who you're going to get. I've just been with Fairplay and Jurjen said that he doesn't care, he's playing the world number 1, he's over the moon. So for me, if he's ready to play me, I'm ready to play him. He's a talented kid, and this is probably like a bonus for him being in this, because he's had a unluckiness. But if he's ready to play me, I'm ready to play him. I'm looking forward to it. And he kind of was like he didn't care what happens now. So that's a dangerous person. I've got to make sure I come back on Wednesday fully focused and at my best to make sure that I don't allow any unnecessary drama to create in that game as well.
Congratulations, Luke.
Thank you.
Luke, how do you deal with the weight of expectation and pressure? I mean, even though you're in a group with Nathan Aspinall and Michael Smith, you're still seen as the favourite to win those matches.
Yeah, of course, because you're world and one, you should be favourite. But for me, I've kind of gained a lot of experience from all the tournaments I played in, and when you're in big tournaments left, right and centre every 5 minutes, you just gain a bit of experience. You know, you used to be in these scenarios, and like when the draw come out, it was, you know, I didn't know what to expect from Alex, but I knew what to expect from Michael and Nathan, and I knew that I had to beat one of, you know, if I was going to progress, I had to win 2 games. I don't think you're never going to get through from winning 1 game. So, you know, if I was to get through that game against Alex, I know I had to beat one of Michael or Nathan, and lucky enough for me, I won all 3, and you know, it wasn't my perfect performance, but you know, in the end, the last sort of game against Nathan and the last 3 legs against Michael showed a lot more of what I'm capable of.
You said previously you're nowhere near your top gear or top level. Where do you think you can get to?
Maybe not in this tournament. I think the last couple are pretty much been decent, but I now have a top game in me. You know, I played well in a few exhibitions last weekend as well, and I know I've got that game in me that can beat anybody. So yeah, you know, this is cutthroat. It's tough work because you just want to get through the group. And I've done that now, so you know, obviously I look forward to Wednesday, and I'll feel a lot more refreshed because longer format obviously plays into someone like my hands a lot more.
Cheers, Luke.
Thanks everyone.
Cheers, Luke.